Aficionados que viven la intensidad del fútbol americano, vamos a dar inicio a una temporada más ahora en la Liga Minnesota. Y vamos a tener varias actividades al inicio de esta temporada. Primeramente nada, establecer el objetivo global de la temporada para los vikingos. Equipo que, por cierto, vamos a seguir durante toda esta temporada. Es el equipo a seguir. Y pues ya está el objetivo general planteado. Vamos a mantener prospectos para el próximo draft. Será dentro de un año, más o menos. Tenemos el Opening Day, que vamos a ver de qué se trata. Cada año hay jugadores quienes quieren la temporada y luego veremos qué ha estado más listo, dice Chris Álvarez, el coach, para desarrollarse durante toda la temporada. Ok, muy bien. Hoy no vengo con mucha... la clave del día, ¿cuál será? Vamos a ver qué nos dice el head coach. El reportero le pregunta, comenta y pregunta, ¿es el día de inicio de esta semana? Y todos los... se inicia y es un inicio para cada uno de los equipos alrededor de la liga. Y usted estará enfrentándose a los Bucaneros. ¿Cuál cree que sea la clave de la victoria? Idealmente establecemos un ritmo en la ofensiva dedicado al game que enough to make their offense undimensional. Obviamente todas las ofensivas quieren tener un balance. ¿Cuál es su principal enfoque? It's a passing league. Wherever you're leading or training, passing is the best option for yards and points. So ganar en los Bucaneros lanzando para más de 350 yardas. El plan de juego, el tipo de plan de juego es enfocarse en tu defensa, en tu plan de juego a la ofensiva a través de pases para lograr el objetivo. Respecto al quarterback novato, Fernando Álvarez Jr. está haciendo su debut esta semana y hemos visto en el pasado que puede ser difícil para los novatos al principio de la temporada. ¿Cuáles son las expectativas para esta semana? Expectativas son definitivamente altas. Todo el tiempo tú tomas a un jugador y quieres llevar a la parte más alta del juego y no puedes esperar menos de cada jugador. Ganarle a los Bucaneros y lanzar para más de 300 yardas con Fernando Álvarez. Es el nuevo chico del barrio. Ok, ya habíamos visto esto. Y la estrategia del juego será, pues tenemos aquí a Rashai White trabajar para evitar que nos corra por fuera. Como están los fatigados, parece que todo el mundo está al 100%. Vamos a dividir los entrenamientos para que todo el mundo esté listo para en caso de alguna lesión. A la defensiva tenemos que cuidarnos de Lavonte David y de sus bombardeos de cada rato. Entonces vamos a ver cómo está la ofensiva. Dice que están al 99%, pues vamos a aligerarles un poco, ¿verdad? Para que estemos al máximo. Así las cosas, hay que enfocarse en Fernando Zamudio, en Raúl Acosta y en Jorge Escamilla. Vamos al entrenamiento, mientras entrena nosotros platicamos y le decimos que estamos ya teniendo una gran cobertura. Vemos que a la defensiva todo el mundo está muy bien, muy sano. Ya la ofensiva, y pues Jefferson, el wide receiver, pues está un poco fatigado, ¿verdad? Vamos a tratar de no ponerlo en situación de que se nos vaya a lesionar. Pues todo parece indicar que ya nomás nos falta establecer los objetivos de la semana. El coach quiere que ganemos por más de 17 puntos. Vamos a ver eso. El coordinador ofensivo ofrece nada más 200 o más yardas y el head coach le dice: señor, la mediocridad es lo que nos lleva al error, ya no ganar partidos. Así es que te exijo que tengas mínimo 400 o más yardas a la ofensiva. Al coordinador defensivo propone pues permitir 24 menos puntos y el head coach le dice: si con eso estás pensando jugar, déjame decirte que estás mal. Aquí hay que exigirnos el todo por el todo, así es que mínimo te voy a pedir que no tengan más de 10 puntos. Eso es lo máximo que te voy a tolerar. Si no, te despido. Y el plan de juego siempre va a ser cada semana anotar 5 touchdowns por tierra. Así es que ya establecidos los parámetros objetivos de la semana, estamos ya listos para irnos al juego. Este juego que será muy emocionante. Mandamos cámaras y micrófonos al estadio de los Vikingos y la transmisión será narrada por nuestros colegas de la cadena norteamericana EA Sports. Nos vemos al término del partido.
Today, from U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, it's week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Today, it's the opener of the 2023 NFL season, as it'll be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, there's nothing quite like it. That feeling of beginning another NFL season, and these two squads, they're going to do just that in a moment.
And what makes it so exciting is the range of possibilities these teams have before them, because we could be seeing one of these teams earn the Lombardi Trophy in February, while the other, they could earn the #1 draft pick in April, or anything in between. And we've got the best seat in the house every step of the way.
And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. So here are the Buccaneers ready to go on offense with a new man at the helm here for 2023 in his 6th season now in the NFL, Baker Mayfield.
The former #1 overall pick has had his ups and downs in recent seasons, but he finished strong last year and inherits a really good offense in Tampa that should set him up for success.
Mayfield going to the air right away. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Mayfield. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. That's kind of a double whammy. I mean, the interception on the opening drive, that's one thing, but to give him this field position, that's another.
Absolutely perfect start for this defense. They take the ball away on the opening possession. They know that their offense will get the ball to start the second half. They line them up in field goal position, and to me, they got a chance for a touchdown right here out of the gate.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. Ball on the 30 now. Here's a 2nd and 8. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. But there you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
A first red zone opportunity of the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. And they'll keep leaning on the running game, back to the ground. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They give them 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal. A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. It's the fullback with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Vikings are on the board here first in the season opener. Well, they weren't messing around. First and goal, they don't do anything fancy. They just go to the fullback right away.
I like how you phrase that because oftentimes they come back to the fullback when it's late in the down and distance count, right? In this case, first down, let's go get it right now.
And he got it. 6 points on the board. Now for the point after. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. That time a 6-play drive. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings booming away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. And one of the things we like to hit on every year are the new rule changes. And we got a few for 2023. A lot are procedural, having to do with deadlines and roster construction and such. But two kind of caught my eye, Charles. One is the option to fair catch a kickoff and have it come out to the 25 like it does in college. You like that?
I don't. I don't like it at all. I don't like it in college. I don't like it in the NFL. I want to have something different. And I really wanted the special teams coaches to be a little bit more involved. But I do understand why the league is doing it. They believe it promotes safety, and it's hard to argue against that.
What about, this is the other one, guys can now wear the number 0. We've already seen some make the switch. Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Swift, Braxton Berrios, amongst others.
Yeah, and you know something? When you see those guys make that move, I don't mind that at all right? A little more expressionism for these guys. I love it. I just think we didn't go far enough. What about 00, like Jim Otto used to wear or Kenny Burrow used to wear? Let's add that back to the NFL jerseys.
It's caught by Mike Evans. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Mayfield. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Intended target on that one, Russell Gage, and that'll bring up 2nd down. And again, it's Mayfield. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. So a great play there for this highly regarded linebacker, making his first career sack.
And his versatility on display right there. Look, we've known him primarily as a tackler and a cover man, but he can go get the quarterback when the situation calls for it, as he just did right there.
How to approach this. 3rd down and 16 yards to go. Mayfield looks to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. So 2 sacks for the rookie, definitely making an impact here in year 1.
And in a ton of different ways, because rushing the passer, that was supposed to be a skill that he was developing. Looks to me like he's figured it out already.
A 4th down. Here's Jay Camarda on to punt for the Bucs. Shedding through the defense. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. Perfect start to the season on their first drive last time out, able to find the end zone. Now we'll see if they can make it 2 for 2 here in week 1. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a 1st down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. 11 yards there, just like last play. His first carry in their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back 1st downs.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt. Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. That is caught. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 12-yard line. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a 1st down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. Well, getting close to the end zone, and you know that rookie wants the ball back. He's looking for his first career touchdown.
He certainly is, and you just wonder with the coaching staff, is it trust in him this early? Or are they trying to get him going, give him confidence early in his NFL career? Either way, they want him to score.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Back to throw here. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Vikings have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it's polished off by a Viking score. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings moving away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They go play action. Mayfield under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now a give up the middle. This is White, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Here now a 3rd and 20. Mayfield now. And this is caught by Evans. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
4th down, so Jake Camarda is out there. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And taken right on the 30. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. A give to the fullback on the dive. And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. On play action, they'll throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Open man is Osborne. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 23. A good pickup there at 22. A nice completion there for the first down. And, Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent.
Adelante.
Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game had his team right on the brink of the playoffs.
Ay, no, se me pasó. Se me olvidó. Espérame. Ahorita lo paso.
Usually the big fella's a blocker, a lead back, but he gets the ball on first down. What a surprise for everyone. And as a former safety, if he breaks into the secondary and you see him coming, you just know that's a whole lot of man you've got to deal with now.
This offense in mid-season form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
It doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of...
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Vikings are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. But just power football there, down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Extra point forthcoming. And it is now 21-0. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Buccaneers offense ready to rock and roll again. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Throwing, Mayfield, and he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously, one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Here's Mayfield. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They run straight ahead here with White. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
And they have just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks. And now here's a tackle behind the line.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Opting to run again here with White. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
He completes this to Russell Gage. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
Jake Camarda sent on now to punt this away. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That might be the third down stop that they needed, because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Second down and 3. Mayfield off the play fake. Rush coming, and he's taken down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third. So, Charles, I mean, this is just becoming an exhibition now on how to rush the passer.
Yeah, and I can't help but laugh a little bit because I'm enjoying what we're watching. This is coming from a guy who was in college just a year ago, and we keep harping on their evaluation. They saw not just a guy who could rush the passer, but could rush the passer well, and that's why they took him as high as they did.
That's a third down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They will run with White out of the shotgun. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Meanwhile, Mayfield's throw complete to Otten. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
And that will be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And this one is right through. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Vikings head out to take over once again. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamel Dean. And the Bucs will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
I think he thought he had his first read open on that one, but they were obviously ready for that throw, and that's just a lack of experience showing. Young quarterback stared his man down the whole way, and they were more than happy to sit on that route and bring home the INT.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. To throw, Mayfield. Slant route going to be caught by Palmer. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Mayfield now on 2nd down. That's complete to Palmer. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Going to the air again with Mayfield. He's going to have the hook up to Gage. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. They'll come up 2nd and 7. Mayfield to throw it. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
That's taken in by Palmer. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. They'll run for it. This is White. And the broken tackle helps lead to a 1st down gain. I love those plays. 4th and 1. That's who wants it more, this time the offense.
Yeah, there's a lot of hooting and hollering in there, right? A lot of contact and a lot of collisions as they try and find some space. Who's going to drop their hips, gain leverage, and move the other side backwards? We saw it there for the offense getting it done.
Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
2nd down, Mayfield. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bucs are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it makes the score 21-10. So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And able to get this out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. 1 second, all that remains. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to let it go again. It's caught inside the 25. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
So on this drive, the rookie leads him into the end zone, Charles, and that helps cancel out the points that were created on the previous drive when he threw the interception.
Yeah, let's give some credit to this rookie because instead of hanging his head after his mistake leads to a touchdown, he comes back out and he's firing and made up for it right there. A well-executed series helps reestablish some confidence in him to run this offense.
Extra point right down the middle. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season, so let's take our first trip around the NFL. We start with the first game in the post-Aaron Rodgers era. Green Bay on the road in the NFC North to take on Chicago. And it's the Packers who are out in front in the second quarter. Teddy Bridgewater with a touchdown pass. From there, it's off to the land to check on the Browns at home in the dog path. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. 2 touchdown passes there for Deshaun Watson. Finally, let's get right to the center of the U.S. map and check in on the Chiefs at home in Kansas City. And they were winners in that game over the visiting Detroit Lions. Patrick Mahomes, 2 touchdown passes as his guys are able to get the victory in their season opener.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Now the Vikings offense set to go to work to begin this third quarter. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. That's down the field for Jefferson. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, 68 yards. And the Vikings come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Well, partner, I mean, if anybody was still questioning whether or not he had an NFL caliber arm, I think you can toss that right out the window. That was a heck of a throw right there.
I would agree totally. Question it no more. This rookie, big-time throw right there. Great poise, stepped up, trusted he could lay it in there perfectly, and he knew that his guy was going to make the catch on the other end. Nice collaboration.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Mayfield on play action. Finding Evans here, going across the middle of the field. Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. On second down, they'll run with White. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on first down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare.
And that's caught inside the 35. A big play there for Minnesota. 43 yards.
Everything's been going right here in this one. This offense, they've been in complete control from the outset. And here's another big play. These kind of routes have been open all game long, and they continue to take advantage.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 57 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Now that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there. Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Steps away to his left. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. From 17 yards out. And the Vikings have got it on cruise control.
And this is a balancing act for a head coach with a rookie quarterback. You've got to walk a line with it. You don't want him getting happy feet, but you also don't want to rein in what worked for him in college. And here, he pulls it down, takes it himself, and takes it into the end zone.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So that drive, 4 plays. And it was all finished off by the 17-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Back now comes Tampa Bay. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD. And if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And that is incomplete.
And you can tell just by looking at them that this offense is a frustrated unit. Things are really unraveling here, and as a head coach, time to earn your paycheck. You've got to find a way to keep it together as that brings up another 4th down.
That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is.
This is caught inside the 15. A big play there for Minnesota. And even 60 yards.
Boy, this has just been an offensive clinic. It's seemingly been one big play after another, and add this one onto the list. When you can bite off more than half the field on one play, things are definitely working in your favor.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. Making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Vikings get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. So there you go, Charles. How about this for a debut? A 2nd rushing touchdown in NFL game number 1.
How about it? It just points to me how confident that this young man is, but also how much confidence his coaching staff and teammates have in him.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Well, it wasn't a one-play drive, but I think they'll take it. The scoring summary, 2 plays and into the end zone. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bucs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. 2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. Going right side is White. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45. This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But you're still in the 3rd quarter. They're probably going to have to try things through the air, Charles.
I agree with you totally. That's what they'll have to do. They do need to run it occasionally to take a few hits off the quarterback, because right now, you just know those pass rushers are fired up to get after him.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this will be taken at the 13. It'll be a 39-yard punt, give them a good 10 yards on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And now out comes Minnesota. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
It was Jamel Dean who brought him down. Ball on the 27. Here's a 2nd and 5. They'll look to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards. Partner, still in the third quarter, but they've got this one well in hand and still airing it out with gusto and picking up some nice gains.
And even in lopsided games like this, you don't really see starters get lifted or the foot come off the gas before the fourth quarter. No one wants to leave any doubt when they're playing well. They just want to continue the process.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 27-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now back to throw. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead, it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. They'll look to throw here. Complete. Jefferson the target. Touchdown! Justin Jefferson, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Vikings will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Well, CD, simply put, if anyone around the league wasn't paying attention to them to start the season, they will be heading into week 2. This has been an impressive week 1 performance.
They've certainly announced that they are ready to go, haven't they? They wanted to send a message out to the rest of the league. You better put your eyes on us. We may be someone you have to reckon with.
Point after try forthcoming. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it was all capped off by Justin Jefferson's touchdown reception. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. They need 18 yards here on 3rd down. From the gun, Mayfield. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. He's to the 10, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Tampa Bay offense set to go again. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter. Back to it after the pick six. Mayfield to Evans on the slant. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. On the draw, it's White. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak, not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as he's on here to punt it away. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. There's a glimpse of Justin Jefferson, the wide receiver, as he and the Minnesota Vikings return back here on offense. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
And hold on here because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. From the 38 now, here's 2nd down and 2. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. It's caught at the 10. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Vikings are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at Week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in Week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want, but there carries a little extra pressure with that as well because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, 2 sides to that coin and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. Now the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Pretty clean and simple there, just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Looking to throw. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
On third down, Mayfield. Open man, it's Palmer. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 68 yards receiving now for him in the game. And a first down on that last catch as well. Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the fourth quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10. He finds his man, complete. That's Palmer. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
They'll come up now, 3rd and 3. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Oh, my goodness, CD. I mean, this defense just continuing to dominate. They're really dominating on both sides of the ball. But for the defense, that's now 3 interceptions for them here in this ballgame.
And what a great teaching tape for this defensive coordinator, right? When they go back and review this game, what does he always tell us that he preaches to his team? We're going to lead the league in effort. Well, they're doing that in this game as well as making big plays.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Right back to him on first down. Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 111 yards rushing for him now here in week 1. A very solid start to this new campaign. The offense on 3rd down, they have been superb. 5 for 6 to this. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. A great effort there. Now with his 3rd touchdown in his first ever NFL game. And the Vikings add 6 more to their point total, and they're on cruise control right now here in the 4th. So what a debut we've got going here, Charles. His first ever NFL game, and that 3 touchdowns now on the ground.
I know this organization thought they'd found a winner, but I can't imagine anyone thinking the results would come quite this fast.
Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Mayfield. Blitz coming, and down he goes. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
For a rookie first-rounder, he's made a huge impact on this defense, but that tells me that they had a plan for him when they drafted him. Just turn him loose, do what you do best, go get the quarterback.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. Justin Jefferson and the rest of this offense, they've got their helmets back on, and they're ready for this next series. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. But Charles, they're still airing it out at this point despite that huge lead. And some people may be saying, well, why are they throwing the football? These guys, I guess, are just padding their stats at this point.
Yeah, there are a lot of big grins, I think, from people in their families, from themselves. You're exactly right. Pad the stats when you get an opportunity. It'll certainly help you come contract time.
Throw left side, and Osborne has it. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. A nice throw right there, and these fans getting their first look at their QB1 of the future. I'd imagine it's got to be a big plus for him to get his first start here in front of that home crowd.
I know there's a school of thought about getting your first start away from home so you don't have the extra pressure of that crowd behind you. But I say ride the wave, embrace it. Go ahead and play to that level, and I think it's going to benefit him in the long run.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Vikings extend their lead yet again. So this now, I mean, we may be looking at a debut for the ages. A 4-touchdown game in your first ever game in the NFL. Charles, where do you go from there?
Well, I know in your mind, as a player, you think, well, if I get 4 in this one, I'll get 5 in the next one. But you have to understand it's the NFL. Be realistic. Just continue to improve your craft and really enjoy this debut.
Extra point splits the uprights, and this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Bucs ready to take over once again. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
On the throw led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops from one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Mayfield from the gun on third down. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Mayfield. He finds his man, complete. It's Palmer. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's second down. Mayfield with it once more. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Mayfield looks to throw. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Yeah, this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. There's a glimpse of Justin Jefferson, the wide receiver, as he and the Minnesota Vikings return back here on offense. And I think we both agreed he could have a really good game with this matchup, but over 200 yards now.
I don't think we saw it as that good.
Chécale, te lo mandé a tu WhatsApp.
Makes it special is when games like this are occurring, it's not just getting locked in and in the zone and on a roll. It's continuing to adjust throughout the game because you know the defense is taking coverages trying their best to slow him down, and he keeps getting the better.
Yeah, whatever they've done, it hasn't worked. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6. And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. That's down the field for Jefferson. And this will be incomplete. Both players with a shot at it that time, but neither coming away with it.
Well, these defensive backs have been getting torched all game long, and finally, a small measure of revenge here. That time the coverage downfield is excellent, and they're right there to battle for the football and force the incomplete pass.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And this will be a Vikings first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Now this throw caught left side. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. A throw on the money to Reagor. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for week 1, and one of our early window games here in week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record, but everyone's got to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between week 1 and week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for Minnesota, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against the Chicago Bears. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Vikings as we say so long from Minneapolis.
Regresamos para dar rápidamente un vistazo a las estadísticas de los jugadores. Aquí ven, Fernando Alvarez tuvo una intercepción, pero un buen juego de 550 yardas en su primer juego de la NFL. 5 touchdowns. Muy bien. Muy bien. Excelente. Muy bien nada más. Alex Álvarez tuvo 25 acarreos para 152 yardas. 6 yardas por acarreo. Muy bien también, pero no excelente. También anotaron David Quintana y el quarterback Fernando Álvarez. En cuanto a los receptores, tenemos a TJ Osborne, que tuvo 8 recepciones para 225 yardas y un touchdown. Y Justin Jefferson, 4 para 216 y 3 touchdowns. Mike Evans del equipo contrario logró un touchdown. Y aparte de estos dos, también Jorge Escamilla logró un touchdown. Por la parte defensiva tenemos a John Alex con 10 tacleadas, 9 personales y una asistencia. Luego Chris Álvarez con 7, 6 personales, una asistencia y 2 para pérdida de yardaje y 5 capturas de quarterback. En esa línea fue Chris el que logró más resultados favorables, 5, una Luis Mercado y una que hicieron los Tampa Bay Buccaneers con Devin White. Así las cosas, el sumario de las anotaciones por cuarto: 14-0 Minnesota en el primero, 14-10 Minnesota en el segundo, 28-0 Minnesota en el tercero y finalmente Minnesota en el cuarto, 28-0. El marcador final 84-10 con un total ofensivo de 201 por parte de los Bucaneros contra 745 de los Vikingos. Y como pueden ver, las yardas por corrida 204-11, por pase 541-190, primeros y 10 21-11, y todo lo demás ya lo podrán ver con calma porque pues se nos acaba el tiempo. Así las cosas, nos despedimos no sin antes agradecerles su presencia y su amable atención. Y nos vemos la próxima semana si Dios lo permite. Hasta la vista, babies.